Salute. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. Since we weren't able to go over this 2017 National Latin exam, I'm going to just quickly go over it and you're going to answer some questions. um, and so please pay attention. I'll try to go quickly. And let's get started. So number one, that's a superlative form. Anytime you see the double consonants. So very happy. Could be the happiest. Number two is tough. That's the relative pronoun, but like kind of a hint is if you ever see the verb to give in the sentence, whatever they're asking is probably to. And so the answer is to whom. To whom will you give the dog? All right, so number three, that's just the verb to not want. I'm sorry, all the options are not want. So run is a perfect tense ending, so did not want. It's kind of a tough one. That's the perfect tense. Number four, anytime you see a comparative ending, normally it's IOR, but it could be IUS. Quam is going to translate as than. So it's Hannibal fought fiercer than other enemies. All right, so quam is than with a comparative. Number five, straightforward. That's just the demonstrative adjective. It's that. If it was a crazy H word, it would be this. But the ILL adjective is that. This is the present passive infinitive. That's where you take the last E and you make it an I. And to be loved. And then it pops up almost every year on this level. So it's like a regular infinitive, but an I on the end. And that's the passive infinitive. Okay, number seven. Really simple. If you put an E on the end of an adjective, it turns it into an adverb. And so if you remember from grammar, adverbs are words that end in ly. So beautifully is the correct answer. All right, number eight. NT is a participle. You see that NT, you think ing, so running. All right, plaquette. This one, sometimes the obvious answer. It is not pleasing to her. Number 10, neque is neither nor. Either or is out, out. Both and is et. And although, nevertheless, I don't think they would ask that. Number 11, a is the same as ab, which is by. You also see a passive verb form. Bellerophon was not killed by the Chimera. So it was B, by. Okay, number 12 is testing this QUE on the end of a word. That means and, so Gaul and German. Number 13, we reviewed time in the accusative case is the duration. So for 3 days. For 3 days. All right. Marcus is a bad boy, but his father is, and this is just vocab, but these are these irregular comparatives, and that's the one for worse. Worse. All right, this one's just a noun ending, third declension, genitive plural of the senators. It's always tough. 16, they took off of the National Latin exam, so we don't need to worry about this, but it's an irregular command. That's just tell. But anytime you do see an exclamation point, the answer is a command. You know, basically the verb with nothing in front of it. Number 17, it is not allowed for boys to run, so they're looking for a dative ending, and or for the boy, sorry. That would be C. It's a tough one. This is already like an above average difficulty one. Number 18, Paris gave the golden apple. So this is like what I mentioned earlier. If you see the verb to give, which goes do, dari, dedi, the answer is probably to the third goddess. Number 19 is a participle. It's the one that doesn't have UR, doesn't have NT, so it's having been frightened. Could also simply just be frightened. All right, number 20. All right, so that's it for the grammar questions. Number 20, where did papyrus and Rome's grain supply come from? We didn't really talk about this, but it's Egypt, and maybe you're able to guess that. Based on its Latin root, which literally means to reduce to nothing. So we're looking for nihil, and annihilate is the right answer. In classical mythology, where the best, bravest, and brightest heroes spend the afterlife, so that's the good place to go, and that's called the Elysian Fields. Tartarus is the place for evil people to go. All right. The desires of the common people, and that would be the populares. And that is not something we've really discussed. That's pretty obscure. I don't think they would ask anything that obscure, but you would also probably guess that. All right, first wounded by Atalanta. This is also obscure, but maybe by a process of elimination. These two were um, labors of Hercules. Theseus killed the Minotaur, so the Caledonian Boar was the right answer here. If a team with aspirations for the championships were disappointing but not season-ending loss, that would be To the Stars Through Difficulties. This is I Came, I Saw, I Conquered. This is Let the Buyer Beware. And this is In Place of a Parent. All right. Here, the spina is the only one we've talked about of these terms. That's the dividing wall of a chariot race. Chariot racing. Ehu, so this is the bad exclamation, versus Eugapai, which is a good exclamation. Your alarm did not go off and you're late for school once again. What Latin word gives us the English word which describes you? So, yeah, I mean, this one's kind of vocab, but you are tardis. I've said that to some of you before when you're late. Tardy means late, so maybe you're able to just figure that out. All right, after defeating his former ally at the Battle of Actium, first emperor of Rome, Octavian, also known as Augustus. It'd be easier if they said Augustus here. Which of the following must say if you submit to a college application, the die has been cast. Caesar famously said that when he crossed the Rubicon. And once you submit for college and you submit it, it's out of your hands. So when he crossed the Rubicon, he declared war on Rome, and his fate was out of his hands. He had started a war. Okay. We probably did that back in Latin 1. All right, I'm just going to read the story and then maybe ask some questions, but not go over the answers. Okay, once lived a shepherd of the king in Lydia by the name of Gyges. On a certain day, taking care of sheep, he found the body of a man of unusual size. On the finger of this man, there was a golden ring, which Gyges took off and put it on his own finger. When he had turned the gem of this ring to his palm, they really don't give you like a lot of vocab. This is very difficult. Your story will be easier. Gyges was seen by no one, but he himself was able to see everything. After he had turned the gem back from his palm into place, everyone was able to see him again. Versus means again. Therefore, with the help of this ring, he killed the king. Oh, man. Forgot about this story. And he removed those who thought to or were standing in the way. They give you that. No one was able to see him in these bad deeds because he had turned the gem to his palm. Thus, immediately, the shepherd was made the king of Lydia. Are we able to judge that wise Gyges? No. The wise man, I just killed a bunch of people. I feel like we can judge him. A wise man is always a good man, even if no one is able to observe him. Honesty, not secret things, are seen by wise men. Oh, I see. They're saying, are we able to judge that Gyges as wise? No. So he wasn't smart for doing what he did. A wise man always is a good man, even if no one is able to observe him. All right. So in line one, we learned that he was the king's shepherd. You had to know the word pastor. It's kind of tough. What did Kaiji's find? He found a body. It was usable. The size. What object did he remove? He removed a golden ring. He put it on himself. Suam refers to, let's go back and check, his own palm. So it refers to Gaiji's. Invisibility. Gaiji's. D eliminated those he thought were obstructing him. What position did he acquire? King. This happened, I guess, suspiciously or chaotically. It's kind of a tough one. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Oh, stata means immediately. All right. Never mind. Immediately is the right answer. And according to lines 9 through 11, a wise man acts honestly when there are no witnesses. Okay, so kind of a tough one. But don't be dissuaded. They have, I think, made this level of the exam a bit easier over the years. This is a little bit of an older one. So, all right. Thanks for watching. Walite, I'll see you guys soon. We will be taking this on Monday. So best of luck. You could always do sample questions on the practice app. Okay. Don't forget to hit subscribe and smash that like button. Walite.